Brodes Media.
Chuck Fletcher needs to be fired right now. Right now. There's no reason for him to have a job. GM malpractice. How JVR is still on the club is impossible. It's unacceptable. It's embarrassing. You got Stevie Y out there just literally making a joke of the GM. Come on, man. I mean, seriously. Detroit, to pull out the trade that late, I think there was something behind it. I think Stevie was making a message to the league going, yo, Philadelphia, your GM blows. He blows. He blows. He blows. This guy blows. He blows. There's no reason he should be in charge right now. And the problem is, I don't even know if he is in charge because Bobby Clark and Homer and Bill Barber and all the old school Flyers are still poking their damn head into the decision making. And that's why we are where we are right now. You have to clean house. You have to get rid of everybody. Right now, there's pitchforks for Comcast, and I'm not going to tell you that's wrong. But the biggest issue are the old school Flyers that continue to run this organization into the ground. When will they look in the mirror and realize everything we do sucks? Chuck Fletcher was hired here in 2018. It's 2023. It's been 5 years. And you know where we are? We're about to start a rebuild. How? How is that the path? And it makes no sense how they value assets. I don't know how they do it. So this JVR thing, there's actually people defending Chuck. I can't believe it. There's people saying, well, to be fair, JVR's not really that good of a player. Shut up. This is the NHL trade deadline. Guys like JVR move every single year. Oh, but he makes too much money. Shut up. We're taking 50% back. And you know what? This is on Chuck. You do everything in your power to get him out of here for assets because you're starting the rebuild. So you get rid of everything. The McEwen trade, I can get behind it. The Patrick Brown trade, I can get behind it. The fact that Justin Braun is still here is pathetic. You sell everyone. And he tried to literally look at everybody in the face during his media availability and say he didn't get any offers. No, Chuck, you got offers. You didn't get offers that you like. But who are you to be the one to think the market is where your brain thinks it is? Because you're way off. You're out of touch. So you might not like the offer, but reality is you got to take the offer. Because the alternative is he's just here. And you're wasting a chance to get a 5th-round pick. I don't care that it's a 5th-round pick. And yeah, I'd probably rip him that he didn't get a 4th. But you still make it instead of not making the trade at all. Take back anything. You have to make a move. The fact that you did it is GM malpractice. Now, my wishful thinking is this is enough to get him canned. This was so unorganized and so embarrassing. He was all over the place. Well, I've been trying for weeks. Oh, but I didn't have many offers. Well, how come Seattle, Vegas, Minnesota, Detroit, all these teams were interested late? You did. You just didn't like it. But you don't know what you're doing. There's 0% chance, zero, that JVR's not moved at the deadline. Zero! It can't happen. This is bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I'm thrilled that Flyers fans are finally starting to voice their frustration at a level that needs to be done. I don't even want Danny Briere taking over at GM, regardless if he's good or not. When I tell you clean, I want it cleaned. And I'm just hoping and praying that this is the domino. I can't believe it's this, right? I mean, what has Chuck Fletcher done? Nothing. He's done nothing. But the fact that we're here, this has to be it, right? This has to be the last chance he has. But knowing the Flyers way, he'll get a promotion. And they'll just try and get a little cute and slide Danny Briere in there. And no. He needs to be gone today. Today. I don't know what you're waiting for. It's unacceptable. He said, we're not taking shortcuts. I don't understand. What do you mean you're not taking shortcuts? You think holding on to JVR? Or, excuse me, if you were to move JVR for a 5th rounder or so, let's say he doesn't get a 4th because he referenced the 4th. So I'm thinking he was utilizing the 4th in his mind as the floor. Anything else he'll take, and he'll be satisfied with the 4th. He claimed he didn't get a 4th. I digress. Let's say it's a 5th. Is getting a 5th for JVR a shortcut? Because I don't see it that way. So that little thing that he threw in there during his press conference doesn't add up to anything. He lied and lied and lied and lied. His timeline was all off. First it was weeks, then it was months, then it was days. And by the way, you knew that JVR had to get moved forever now. You don't wake up the day of the trade deadline and go, oh yeah, that's right, we got to move JVR. This was known forever. This was known for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, 90 days ago, you knew that JVR had to be moved. And there really are some defending Chuck because they're ripping JVR so badly. He doesn't fit on certain teams. Yes, he does. He's a power play guy who can sit in front of the net, who can play on your third line. Guys worse than JVR get moved all the time. Patrick Brown and Zach McEwen stink. They're getting moved. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. But anyway, he was so, I guess to a degree, he realized halfway through that he was blabbing nonsense, that he was so upset about what he said with one of his answers that Chuck, towards the end, said, I just want to reiterate something there, Charlie, because Charlie O'Connor asked the question. I want to make sure that I say this the right way. And then he ends up taking responsibility for the team not being good enough. That doesn't mean much to me, Chuck, after you try and lie through the first 30 minutes of the presser. It felt like 30 minutes. I don't know how long it actually drawn out for. Might have been longer, shorter. I don't even know. It was the worst time of my life. I never want to sit through that experience again. Great, you took accountability. You also, I was cracking up. So he gets pounded by the media. Different angles. How come JVR didn't get traded? How comfortable do you feel with your job security? Because you didn't make the trade. Trade. He goes, you're all going to beat this one up, huh? Holy gosh. Chuck, you suck so badly at your job that the only real true asset that you have, and yes, JVR at the NHL trade deadline is an asset. You failed to move your biggest asset as a team that's trying to rebuild for a draft pick. It's not about, well, is the 5th round pick or the 4th round pick really going to turn your franchise around? It's not that. It's the principle. It's the principle that you have someone who's inept. You have someone who's incapable of doing the most basic GM 101 moves. It's the bigger picture. You're in this predicament because he isn't savvy. He's horrendous.